All right, here we go. We're gonna listen to my main man, Jason Fung. He has a lot of good stuff going on.
Today I'm going to talk about the body set weight, which is sort of like a thermostat for our body fat, adjusting how much body fat we carry, whether it
Mm.
goes up or down, and how the existence of this body fat thermostat really changes everything you know about how to lose weight. And it's coming right up. The body fat thermostat is what's known as a homeostatic mechanism. And this is a core biological principle of how we as humans, and really all animals, survived on the planet Earth. Because the Earth has very changeable conditions. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, and our bodies have to adapt. So we have mechanisms that automatically change us back to our sort of preferred state.
That makes a lot of sense. He's saying that our body automatically has the ability to adapt. Powerful stuff. God created a powerful body. Sorry about that.
Think about a marble in a bowl, for example. If you push the marble too far to the right, there are automatic mechanisms that bring it back down to the center. And the same if you push it to the left,
Right.
things will bring it back down. As opposed to a marble on a table, for example, where the position of it depends on how much you push it to the right and how much you push it to the left. It can go all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and the position is very variable, as opposed to the bowl where the marble almost always stays dead center. This automatic sort of self correction is the same as a thermostat. So, in our room, for example, we'll put a thermostat and we'll set the temperature to room temperature, for example. If it
Mm.
gets too hot, the thermostat will sense it and then turn on the air conditioning and turn off the heat. So that it automatically sets us to.
Wow. Think about what he's saying. He's comparing our body to a thermostat that adjusts according to what happens, according to how we eat, according to what we do. Only God could have created a body like that. This could not have happened by mistake.
The correct temperature. And that's a homeostatic mechanism. And our very existence really depends on that. If we are too hot, we start to sweat and we cool down. If we're too cold, then we start to shiver and then we generate more body heat to warm up. We don't have to consciously think about it. We don't have to say, okay, now I need to sweat. Now I need to shiver. No, it's automatic. Everything goes back because you've set that homeostatic mechanism. And
Mm.
it really applies to so many different things. So if you drink a lot of water, you're going to pee more. If you drink very little water, you'll pee less. If we eat too much,
That happens to me all the time while I'm fasting. Right now I'm on I don't know how long I've been fasting. Let me see. I forget. 127 hours fasting. I usually try to do 127 hours. I hope you can see that. I try to do an OMAD, 1 meal a week, every week. But I drink a lot of electrolytes. That's why I stopped it right here because the more liquids you drink, and I only do liquids, uh, you can pee out a lot of minerals. So you want to take electrolytes because you're doing a lot of peeing. OMAD, 1 meal a week. I break my fast on Saturday.
salt, our bodies will get rid of that salt. If we eat too little salt, our bodies will retain salt. If our blood gets too acidic, our bodies will dump the acid. And the same goes for so many different things.
Mm.
In other words, these homeostatic mechanisms are core to our biology.
It self regulates. God has made our body to self regulate. That's why we got to feed it the right things, and that's why we have to stop eating so our body can heal itself, so it can have time to heal itself.
And very importantly, our bodies also have a homeostatic mechanism
Mm.
for the percentage of body fat, or the body set weight, or what I call the body fat thermostat. So lots of people think that, hey, we're just getting fat because food is easily available. And that doesn't actually make any sense. Because if that was true, then we would have throughout history lots of morbidly obese people. You think about some of the most
Small.
famous people in history who had all kinds of access to food. For example, King Louis XV of France. Was he fat?
Wait,
No.
wait. This guy wearing a carpet? Like he's wearing a carpet and them old lampshade that my grandma used to have, the lampshade thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, sorry, Jay. Keep going.
Queen Elizabeth II,
Hmm.
one of the longest reigning monarchs in England. Was she fat?
And she lived a long time. Poor Charles, he been waiting all these years to finally get the throne. She finally passed away. Now Charles, he's dealing. I think he got cancer. Man, poor old man. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. Me and Jay cool. Go ahead, Jay.
No. It wasn't simply the availability of food. The thing is that our bodies control how much fat we have because it's very important to our very survival. If we carry too much body fat, then we can't run. Then a lion will kill us.
Mm,
And we can't hunt because we can't run after the food.
mm.
So having too much body fat is very bad for us.
Some of the cops I've seen around here, they need to watch this. Because how you a cop and the only thing you run after is a donut and you can't even catch that? We got too many overweight cops. How in the world are you going to help me if I got issues with a criminal and he runs and you are way too, I'm sorry, but we need slim, monitored weight cops. Sorry, Jay.
Having too little body fat is also very bad for us because then if there's a sudden famine, then we wouldn't be able to survive. If we didn't have this sort of automatic
Mhm.
self-correcting homeostatic mechanism,
Right.
our weights would fluctuate wildly
Yeah.
because we don't know at any time, one, how many calories we're eating,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody knew how many calories they're burning. In
Right.
fact, most people still don't know because it's very cumbersome to measure.
Yeah, when people do this, they say they count calories, and these are all guesses. There's no specific, clear ability to count how many calories you eat, and how many calories you burn all the time. It's impossible.
It. So we don't know how much is going out and we don't know how much is coming in. Our
Mm.
body weights should fluctuate hugely,
Sorry, Jay.
but it doesn't. In fact, our body weight, as most people know, is fairly stable. On average, even during this time where we have this huge obesity epidemic, the average weight gain, according to Harvard's nutrition source, is only 1 pound per year, approximately 3,500
Mm.
calories. If you compare that to the number of calories that we eat, on average, Americans
That's
are
a
near
lot of
140
snicker bars,
calories
man.
per day. So, in other words, to only gain 1 pound per year, we would have to match our calories in,
Mm-hmm.
which we don't know, and our calories out, which we also don't know, to a 99.73%
Wow.
accuracy rate.
How can we do that?
That's
It's impossible.
simply impossible. So there must be a way that our body automatically
Mm-hmm.
adjusts. So, why does the existence of this body set weight really change everything about weight loss? Let's think about it this way. Suppose that no thermostat existed, and we're going to take the example of a room. So, the heat that goes into the room and the cooling that goes into the room, you can take those two variables, add them together, and that's equals heat in minus heat out, right? And this is entirely analogous to our equation that body equals minus out. So our room, if we want to heat it up, we a bit more and our weight will go up. If we want to lose weight, we eat a little bit less or we exercise more and our weight will
Mm-hmm.
go down. And that's where we get the so-called calories in, calories out, eat less, move more principle. But Where it doesn't work is when we start to put in the existence of the thermostat. So let's look at our room temperature, for example. Suppose we have a thermostat now. Now it's set to room temperature. Now we crank up our portable space heater, we increase the amount of heat. Well, heat in minus heat out is room temperature, right?
Wow.
But what happens
Interesting.
is that the thermostat senses this increase in temperature
Mm.
from the increase in the setting in the portable space heater, and then it turns on the air conditioner. So you've turned on the heat, you've turned on the air conditioner, the temperature goes back to the original cool state.
Wow.
So the existence of this thermostat has changed everything. Look at our example in our bodies. Now we have a body fat thermostat. As we start to eat less, say we eat 500 fewer calories because we want to lose some body fat. Well, initially, as you lose the
One thing we got to understand is that our bodies have to find a way to make energy. So if we stop eating, we're not just going to die. The body's going to start searching. Hey, I need to make energy. Where can I find it? And the first place it's going to go is not your muscle. People say that all the time. Oh, no, it goes straight to your fat. And that's the more you stay in that fat burning mode, that's when you become what they call it, ketogenic, because this fat, your body starts eating that, and then you start using ketones for fuel, and you burn away the fat.
body fat, the thermostat is going to sense that. And what is it going to do? Well, it's going to make you regain those lost pounds. So
Mm.
you become hungrier so that you'll eat those 500 calories you're missing. And if that doesn't work, your body will simply shut down its metabolism so that it burns 500 calories less. So now, as you eat 500 calories less and your body burns 500 calories less, you still don't lose weight because you didn't adjust the thermostat. In the
Mm.
room, it wasn't about how much heat you're putting in, it was about adjusting that thermostat. In our bodies, it's the same thing. You have to adjust the
Therm-
thermostat and
Makes
not
sense.
the
Jay,
calories.
that's my man Jay. I gotta
So the question is
prove
this,
to.
does this actually
I don't
happen
know.
in real life? In
We
fact,
know each other.
virtually every single scientific study of the last 100 years has shown the existence of this body fat thermostat. So the
Mm.
question is not how many calories you're eating or how many calories you're burning. The
Right.
question is, are you adjusting your thermostat up
Mm.
or are you
That's
adjusting it down? And what controls that? And as I talked about in my book, The Obesity
mm.
Code, there are certain factors that raise your body fat thermostat. The most important is insulin, but there's also things like cortisol
Yeah.
and ghrelin. But there's also hormones that will drive down the body fat
Mm.
thermostat. And those include things like the sympathetic nervous system, GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon, stretch receptors in the stomach, for example.
So we're gonna end there. Basically, what this guy is saying is that we have the ability to somewhat help our body to lose that visible fat, that fat by fasting. Fasting is what help get rid of all this fat. It forces your body to stop burning glucose and start burning the fat, the ketones, which is a ketogenic diet, because you run out of glucose after, I think it's 24 hours when you burn up all the glucose in your body. Now you start just burning ketones for energy, and your body switch over from being a glucose burning machine to a ketogenic machine or ketone burning machine that burns fat. Man, this thing is serious. I've been fasting now 120 something hours, as you see. I do a lot of OMAD, which is 1 meal a week, or I do a 2 which is 2 meals a week, to lose this weight. I'm down now. What is today? Down 26 or 27 pounds. I think it's 27 today, just by doing this and doing rolling 72s as well. Um, so this thing is real. It works. Okay, so we just got to stick to it and continue to fast, uh, and faith for health. God bless you guys. Subscribe and like, don't forget.